Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am going to be taking you guys through a full week of workouts in my first trimester. I filmed this entire week of workouts at 10 weeks pregnant. You guys had no idea that I was pregnant at this point, but I figured it would be a really good opportunity to share the workouts that I was doing in the first trimester. It is something that I get a ton of questions on now after announcing it to you guys. What have I been doing for workouts? How have my workouts changed? The whole nine. So I figured I would take you through my entire week of workouts, talk you through the movements, talk you through my form, talk you through just how I was feeling on these particular days, because listen, there are some really, really good days with exercise while being pregnant, and some days where the literal last thing you want to do is exercise. So I'm going to talk you through all of that and kind of just where I am at right now in terms of exercise. I am now 13 weeks pregnant, but when I filmed this, I was 10 weeks pregnant. And so through the course of that, my workout split really has not changed much. So I am basically doing on Mondays a glute and hamstring day. On Tuesdays, I am doing a push day, which is chest, shoulders, and triceps. Wednesday is some sort of active recovery day, whether that is yoga, Pilates, a walk, something on the bike, things like that, just active recovery, light movements, nothing super crazy, definitely not lifting on Wednesdays. Thursdays is going to be a total leg day, so a complete leg day, mostly quad focus. And then Friday is going to be our pull day, which is back and biceps. And then the weekend, honestly, is very up in the air right now. Sometimes I'm working out on the weekends, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes one day is going to be like another active rest day, so like a walk, a bike ride, yoga, whatever the case may be. And sometimes I literally do nothing on the weekends and just allow myself that time to rest. So right now I am definitely being active anywhere from 4 to 5 days every single week. 4 is definitely my minimum right now. I'm shooting for 5, getting in that like active rest day Wednesday. But sometimes it's 6, sometimes it's 4. It really depends on the week. So I figured I would take you guys along through the process, through my entire week, and kind of share everything, and then we will chat a bit at the end.
Alright besties, starting off this glute and hamstring day with sumo deadlifts. We flip grip, so one hand forward, one hand facing you, feet wider than hip width, toes pointed slightly outwards, and then we are keeping that core tight, hinging back, shooting our butt back towards the wall, and then pulling up right along that shin in one fluid movement, making sure we are keeping that core engaged the whole time so we are not pulling from your back. Sticking with that sumo stance, we are now doing tempo sumo squats. So in that same position, feet wider than hip width, toes pointed slightly outwards. Bar is going to be on your back. Now we are squatting down for a slow 3-second count. Hold for a second at the bottom and come up normal. Same thing, keeping that core tight and embraced, breathing as we are pressing up from the bottom of that movement. My favorite exercise of any glute and hamstring day, a dumbbell RDL. So you're going to brace your core, same hinge movement, press those hips back, slight bend in your knees so they are not locked, and then you are going to skim those weights down your shin, keeping those shoulders pulled back, core tight and engaged, and chin tucked. You should literally feel like your hamstrings are being torn apart during this movement. We love to hate them, Bulgarian split squats. We are pairing that with those RDLs. You're going to have one foot on the box, one foot stepped out forward, slight lean forward to really activate those glutes. Core tight, we are doing 8 weighted Bulgarian split squats, driving that knee straight down, right into a burnout of 8 body weight. Oh baby, my legs were on fire after this. Last exercise of the day, cable glute medius kickbacks, one of my favorite. You're going to pop that little ankle attachment to the bottom, hold on, keep that core tight. You're going to point one foot slightly outwards and kick straight back. We don't need to go any higher than that glute so everything stays nice and engaged and it doesn't put anything on your back. I have been trying to end every workout recently with some sort of cardio, so today's cardio of choice was an inclined walk on the treadmill, and then I wanted to take you guys through what my cool down looks like right now. Often, especially on a leg day, I will foam roll my low back, my upper back, foam roll my glutes, make sure I get a good stretch of my back and my hips. Honestly, this workout overall was pretty good. Didn't overdo it, really didn't go too heavy on the weights. I have to be really careful during any leg day because my heart rate definitely spikes up a lot more, but it was overall a really, really good workout. Happy push day, y'all. We are starting off with dumbbell chest presses. So you're going to lie down on a bench, grab 2 dumbbells, and we're going to line them up right with your nipple. Listen, weird cue, but I promise you, you'll never forget it. Keeping a slight arch in that back is a-okay to make sure your shoulder blades are pressed into the bench to make sure you can get a full range of motion and really activate that chest. Moving into a dumbbell seated shoulder press, ideally I would have a bench that is seated all the way up. I just didn't have one available for me, so we want to make sure you are seated, core tight, back stays nice and flat, pressing that weight straight up, trying to get that bicep to end right next to your ear, and then stretch it out, and then you will swap it out and hit that other side. Make sure you're breathing through it. Quite literally my favorite tricep exercise of all time. Y'all already know it. It's a skull crusher. You're going to grab an easy bar, set your hands up, and then you're going to line it up above your head, bending just at the elbow, aiming those hands back towards that forehead line without knocking yourself out, making sure you're really isolating just at your tricep. We are pairing that with lateral raises, so you're going to take a slight bend in those elbows, bringing your arms out to your side. You don't need to go any higher than shoulder height on this, making sure that we are not over flaring at your rib cage as you come out. You can take a regular stance or a staggered stance to protect that low back, whatever feels best for you. We are moving to our cables for some upright rows. So we are going to grab the bar attachment. We are going to grab the overhand and drive those elbows straight up and out. Again, coming only up to that shoulder height, really squeezing our shoulder blades at the back of our movement. We are then moving into cable tricep pushdowns, single arm. So flip that hand to underhand grip, really focus on bending just at the elbow straight down and stopping right at 90 degrees, really isolating at that tricep and just moving at the elbow. We are finishing out with tricep dips and push-ups to finish out our workout today. It is a quick little finisher for those arms. Overall, today was a really good workout. I feel like I can really push myself a lot more on upper body days right now. It just requires a little less energy, and so it feels so good to really be able to up my weight just a little bit more for upper body days. Day 3 is an active rest day for me, so I really just got outside, went on a nice long walk, trying to go anywhere from like 2 to 3 miles. It is definitely getting much colder out, so I'm moving more inside, doing yoga and Pilates, but just feels good to get some sort of movement in on this sort of day. All right, besties, day 4, we are moving into another leg day, a quad focused leg day, starting off with barbell back squats. We are going to have our feet just about hip width, maybe slightly wider. Again, brace that core. We're coming down, hitting at least that 90 degrees and breathing back up. Right now, I'm not really focusing on how heavy I can lift and just keeping good form. Moving into deficit reverse lunges, one foot gets popped up on top of a plate, the other reverse lunges backwards, trying to hit that 90 degrees. Listen, I could not, for the life of me, get my balance down today, so move nice and slow, keep that core tight, and just breathe through it. Pregnancy is going to test that balance, and you just have to focus on the movement and move nice and slow. We are moving into dual rack cyclist squats. You can pop 2 kettlebells or 2 dumbbells onto each shoulder. Put your heels up onto a plate or a platform. Bring your feet together, knees touching, and you're going to squat down to at least 90 degrees, keeping that core tight and breathing as you come back up. You are then going to drop the weights, bring your feet a little bit wider so you're more about hip width, and we are going right into squat pulses. Staying nice and low, feel that burn through those quads, trying to keep staying right around that 90 degrees. Oh baby, it's on fire. Moving into any leg press machine of your choice, you're going to set your feet up right about hip width, maybe a little bit wider. You're going to bring those legs down, hitting at least that 90 degrees, and then breathing as you come back up. It is so important through all of our movements to make sure we are breathing through it. Sometimes when we are working really hard, it's so easy to hold our breath, so I challenge you to make sure you are breathing through the tough parts of those movements. Finishing out with my least favorite part of any quad day is leg extensions. Find a machine for leg extensions and make sure you are getting that full range of motion on that machine, breathing through it as you press those legs out. Listen, you can see I'm literally going through it, babes, but we got this. We will get through it together. Happy day 5, my favorite day of the week, back and biceps. I wanted to show you guys what my warm-up looks like for most upper body days. I do a lot of work with the bands, kind of just some shoulder openers, some over and back, some dislocations to get myself all warmed up and prepped for the day. We are starting off with assisted pull-ups. You can either use this machine or a band if you want that assistance. With this machine, the higher the weight is, the easier it will be for you, the less of your own body weight you are pulling up. You want to focus on driving your elbows straight down to the ground, really breathing through the movement, keeping that core tight, and really just driving. Pull-ups are tough, but we got this, besties. Moving into dumbbell bent over rows, you're going to have one knee on the bench. The leg that is down is the arm that is rowing. You are driving that elbow straight back down along the side of your body, keeping your core tight, driving straight through. Oh, what's going on? I got distracted doing this. We are moving into reared out flies. You're in that hinge position, core tight, keeping that butt back, palms facing inward, slight bend in those elbows, driving those elbows straight back, squeezing the shoulder blades at the back of the movement. Listen, I'm gonna hype myself up. Look at how good my shoulders look during this movement. Heck yeah, oh baby. We are supersetting that with incline curls. So you'll pop that bench onto a slight incline, 2 dumbbells in your hand. You are curling all the way down, all the way up. Get that full range of motion. Even though you may hate biceps, or maybe that's just me, you can get that full range of motion, breathing as you are curling that weight up. Give your toes a little tap to help you out. We are moving into seated single arm cable mid rows. So using that handle attachment, you are going to start palm facing down, and as you row inwards, you are going to twist and end up so your palm faces in that neutral position towards you, really making sure that you are squeezing your shoulder blades at the back of the movement, keeping your shoulder engaged the whole time so it is not flaring forward. We are moving in to cable wide curls. So you're going to have your palm facing out in a wide position, curling in towards yourself. You really want to keep that elbow locked into a fixed position. I'm honestly not doing a great job of it right now, but we really don't want that elbow to move too much, curling in towards your head. We are pairing that with straight arm pull. So grab that bar attachment, slight bend in those elbows, but we're not bending at the elbows. Pull straight down right to where that hip is, squeezing your shoulder blades at the back of the movement, bringing them all the way up, keeping those shoulders engaged and feeling that squeeze in your back. I finished off today's workout with a little core circuit, so just take 3 core exercises of your choice, pair them back to back to back for 3 rounds. Obviously, I'm not trying to have like a jacked 6-pack right now. I am pregnant, I am going to get bigger, but I want to keep a strong core, keep protecting that back, and have as healthy and as strong as a pregnancy as humanly possible. Continue working on that deep core. On a little Sunday stroll. It's been like on and off raining all day, so I've been like low-key dreading going for a walk, but I really wanted to get some sort of movement in today. Guys, look at my sweatshirt. It says mama. I just announced to all of you guys that I was pregnant. So freaking exciting.
So like I said, some days throughout the course of this week were really challenging to work out. I really just was not in the mood to. And other days I was really excited. I got really good workouts in. It's been very hit or miss. Honestly, since I found out that I was pregnant, my energy levels are all over the place. And on top of that, I'm not really drinking any caffeine, so no pre-workout, which of course contributes to all of that. Really the biggest difference between my workouts before I was pregnant to my workouts now is the amount of rest time that I'm giving myself. I am definitely giving myself a lot more rest time between exercises and a lot more rest days. Before I was definitely active 6 days a week. Now I'm shooting between anywhere from 4 to 6 depending on what the week brings. So definitely just taking more rest time. I am definitely focusing more now on what my heart rate is. Before it's kind of like whatever, if I'm out of breath, I'll slow down. Now I'm really trying to keep my heart rate under like 160. That is what my doctor recommended for me. So that is what I am doing. And Other than that, I'm really just lifting a lot lighter than I ever did before. So I'm doing a lot more dumbbell, a lot more machine exercises. Honestly, my workouts look very, very similar to what I was doing before, but I'm just going a lot lighter for weight, and I'm definitely just really adjusting to how my body feels, doing anything from like 4 to 6 exercises in a day. So we're looking at anywhere from like 40 to 50-minute workouts, and then I'm adding in that cardio when I feel up to it. So honestly, a big part of this has really just been listening to my body, listening to how I feel. Some days I feel really good. I feel like I can push a little bit, and some days I really don't. My goals right now aren't to hit any like crazy PRs, break any records, lift super heavy. It's literally just to stay healthy, have a healthy pregnancy, and keep my body moving, because that's something that I really enjoy and appreciate. And so that's definitely been my primary focus of this whole thing. It's not about lifting really heavy anymore. It's just about keeping my body moving, keeping myself in shape and healthy for this little baby that I am growing. Of course, everyone is so absolutely individual, and I always feel like it's so important for me to stress that this is what I did my first trimester, what I did this week of workouts. But of course, please listen to your body, how you feel. Please listen to your doctor. Your doctor may say that you're able to do more or less than me, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Everybody's pregnancy is going to be entirely different. I am really hopeful that I'll be able to stay active for as long as humanly possible throughout the course of my pregnancy, but obviously there are no guarantees. Things can happen. They may tell me I need to stop exercising, or I need to drop it to 2 or 3 days a week, or just to walking. I have no idea what this pregnancy is going to bring, but I definitely just wanted to share this. I know in your first trimester there are so many questions about what you can and can't be doing in terms of exercise, and so I figured if I can help out even a little bit and share this week of workouts during my first trimester, it would be a huge help. I know it's something I really could have used during this first trimester, so I'm hoping it at least helps some of you guys, and also just shares some workouts, because pregnant or not pregnant, these are awesome workouts to be doing, and there's ways to scale it up or back depending on where you are at. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video here. If you guys like this video, please make sure you go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. You already know, supports my channel. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell notification so you don't miss the video that I post. If you haven't already, make sure you follow me on my Instagram so you can see other fitness, health, and lifestyle content that I post on there. And I'll catch you guys here next time.